Hello, everyone. I am Magdala Ramirez. I come from the Maya Mexica tradition. It has been such a powerful times. Today, we're going to talk about this receiving and giving. What is it? Now that Thanksgiving is approaching in the United States, people need to see and understand what is this giving and receiving. What happened inside of yourself? The truth is that giving receiving is exactly the same thing. When you receive, you give. When you give, you receive. The only thing that you have is what you already give. Everything, it is part of that flow. You make it flow and you become the flow. The flow, it is just way too important to comprehend because the flow, it always will be regenerating over and over again. There is no blockage. When there is an imbalance in all your relations, because that imbalance is inside of you. When you feel that you give more than what you receive, you do need to check inside of you. What is it in that imbalance? Because that imbalance create blockages in you, and create blockages in the people around you. You stop the flow. And then it comes all these distortions about this. That it always needs to be in that perfect flow that you are. It is always about love. No matter what it is in your life, if you see it closely, it has to do with love. Because you are in the realm of love. You born through love. You born to experience love in one way or the other. Doesn't matter what you see, it is always related about love and the way that you perceive love. When you see that beautiful source where everything is coming from, you can see that flow and you give back to the source. And in that way, you become the sorcerer. You become one with the source. And it doesn't matter what are you doing. You see, you are that Alpha and the Omega, that beginning and end. In every instant is your new beginning, and in every instant you end it. It is always that flow. When you see that beautiful, beautiful stillness within yourself, that's how you give birth to that sacred dance that you do. That's how you become that sacred dancer in your life. It all comes from that stillness. When you realize that, you give back to the source. You give back to that stillness, the place where everything is being born. Even in the deep, deep silence, that's where the song comes. That beautiful song that connects you back into the source. And all comes from that deep, deep silence within you. How do you get into that deep silence? You bring the presence of your own presence by opening your senses all at the same time. In that way, you bring that presence of your own presence that it is connected back into the source, realizing where you're coming from, understanding where you're coming from. You come from that beautiful divine. You are divine. How do you put that divine in motion? It comes from that source, and you become the source. For a while now, this one, the one that created you, every time that the questions comes about how do we can be grateful, it is about realizing where it's coming from and use it. Use it in a good way as it meant to be. You have so many gifts, and those gifts that you have, it is about your purpose in life. It is about what it makes you human being. You open all your talents and you always uncover new talents. And it all comes back into the source. When you are able to bring those talents forward and you're not afraid, you multiply them. And that's what it means to be. You know, every single gift that you have, it is for the highest good of everyone around you. Being grateful, that's what it means. Being able to use it in a good way. Everything that you have, it comes from that source, the one that created you. And when you use it in that way, you use it for the highest good of everyone. In my meditations this morning, in the voice of the Great Mother talking about this, also I heard the voice of the Christ talking about give the Caesar what belongs to the Caesar and give to God what it belongs to God. He was showing this powerful way of understanding, what it belongs to the world, that it is completely ephemeral, that it is gonna just decay. You give it back to the world, but it belongs to the world. Yet there is a part of you that it is so completely divine, that it is being able to give back to the source and multiply all your gifts, multiply all that understanding that you are, put it on, so to speak. This relationship that you have with your Creator, it is very, very sacred, because in there you understand the connection, you understand who you are, you understand where are you, and you understand where are you going. The ancestors always said, you need to know at all times where you're coming from, so you know where you're going. When you realize that you're coming from Father, Mother, God, that you're coming from that sacredness, that you're coming from that divinity, you know exactly where you're going. You trust every step. You know that your path is so completely unique that only you can walk it. That's where you plant the flowers in your path. When you bring the presence of your own presence, when you make it flow, when you make it beautiful, when you make it in this deep understanding of who you are, when you feel that unbalance and this receiving and giving, you're just making a loop. You create pain and separation. You create resentments. Those resentments, it make a big blockage in you. And you go on and on and on, feeling that you're so afraid to the next step. So you go into these very loops, just like the sacred river that knows where she's going. You must be right in the middle. Don't go in the shores where you're gonna just go into these loops going round and round and round. It is a powerful time. The time when you let go all these resentments, all these fears of love, all these fears of the flow. You can think about people in your life that they're gone. And that was a good thing. Let it go. The vibration have changed. You're not in the same place. And every time that you go into the next step of the pyramid, you let go of what doesn't belong there. And a new beginning starts right there. As long as you're not afraid of love, new relationships will come. For in every relation, it is another lesson of love. It is another lesson of understanding. The problem is not about the giving. Human beings think that the giving is just way too important and they feel themselves as a givers. The problem is receiving. That receiving is just way too important as giving. Can you receive the love as it is being offered? That doesn't mean that you're gonna put it on distortions of love, but by recognizing what it is behind, it does create a flow, an understanding. You see, understanding love and love the understanding always goes together. Some people, you ask too much. You ask for something that they cannot give you in that moment. They're afraid of love. They are maybe afraid of opening their hearts completely and be honest and truthful. And you must understand that where they are. Don't ask for something that they cannot give you. Because then you stop the flow and creates resentments within you. But accept the people as they are and see the love in every action that they have, even if it is distorted. Comprehend the ways of love. Find love in the most purity of the expression, that it is giving back to the source. Love no matter what. Love even when you see hate, when you see resentment, when you see distortions. Love it. Love no matter what. Whatever you receive, even if it is distorted, give it back with love. Your love, it is incredible, beautiful, because it is the power of healing that you have. It is the power of connection that you have. That connection is what it make it flow. When you love no matter what and opening your heart without the fear of receiving pain and suffering, without the fear of not being understood, it really creates this very beautiful flow in all your relations. understanding the flow. It is imperative for human beings at this point. What is it and how do this work within you? It is a time of being grateful. What does this really mean? Find out the flow within you and give back to the source by embracing exactly who you are, by letting it go what it doesn't belong there, and give love in return. Heal those parts in you that it make you so afraid to receive the love of the source, the one that created you. Let go all these wrong beliefs that you were not worthy, that you're not good enough. Make your choices about love. Choose your relationships not based on fear, not based on whateverness, but choose it from the deep, deep love that you are. Think about your loved ones. You are one with them. You know that all your relations are happening inside of you. That is love. Heal every single relation. Understand it in a different way. Everyone loves you. Everyone accordingly to what they know about love, what they know, what they understood. It is true that you do need to see the distortions, but love it anyway. Love that person anyway, inside of you. Sometimes you do need to go away from those toxic people in your life. Walk away, but understand the love anyway. So you don't create resentments. So you don't create blockages in your life. Make it flow. Become one with the flow. I'm very happy to give this message to you today. It has been a powerful, powerful time, and we are just starting a new wave that it is going to be as powerful. Many things are going to be presented to you in this way. Who you are and what is truly your intentions. What is the part of you that it is that decayed? And what it is this incredible part of you that it is eternal when you are able to give back to the source and become one with the source. I am you. I am your other you. Remember that we do have the school online that we are right now accepting all these beautiful registrations from people from everywhere in the world. Check our website, magdalas.com. That is MAGDALAS.com. And download our app, Messages from the Great Mother. So you receive a message in every moment. There is many events that we are preparing. In those events, it has to do with understanding the light giver that you are and begin to give light to yourself. So you give light to everyone else. That healing of the women aspect, the feminine aspect, the Holy Spirit within yourself. It will be soon to be announced. Thank you for your work. Tlatsokomate, tlatsokomate, tlatsokomate. I am you. I am Magdala.